All right, y'all, we got a challenge today. So this engine bay right here, look at it, look at it. It's empty, clean, but empty. So we need to put an engine in here, engine, transmission, all that crap, all that jazz in 2 days, all right? This engine is not done, it is not ready to go in, but we gotta get it in here in 2 days for test and tune so that we can see if this thing works for the drift event that's at the end of the month, okay? Without further ado, I ain't wasting no more time, we about to get to it. Oh yeah, my camera person told me I should record in 0.5. So if this flops, don't be afraid to comment and be like, hey, nah, we ain't messing with the 0.5. But if y'all messing with the 0.5, let me know, because we can do stupid stuff like this if we record at 0.5 all the time. This is my M52 B50 M54 B25, that's what it is. This here's that. I just did the rear main seal on that bad boy. That oil pan is not the oil pan that's going on it. That oil pan came off of this M52 B28 that I thought I could just drop into here, but like, the electronic stuff ain't gonna work the way I thought it was going to. We're gonna put the oil pan from this engine over here. Yeah, I got way too many of these. I just keep buying BMWs. I mean, look, there's another one over there. I gotta get my life together. We gotta take that oil pan, take it off, swap it with that one right there, and then we need to do valve cover because that valve cover has a new gasket on it. So we're just gonna take this one off, put that one on, and then I think that is the only thing I need to do to this thing before we can put it back in the car. And then we'll put the transmission on and then put it back in the car. Now that that's out the way, let's get to work. First thing first, we need to lift this bad boy up and get it the freak out of the garage because I need to get to that one so I can get the oil pan off. Make sure that's tight. Don't say nothing about my rolled up pants. I was in the house earlier, my pants are dirty, all right? I was in the house and I was trying not to get the house dirty. Respect to my shawty. I didn't unroll them when I came back out the house because it's kind of warm. It's getting even warmer because we put the heater on. Ooh, it's feeling good up in there, I'll tell you what. All right, after 20 minutes, we finally have liftoff. I'm just gonna keep completely doing that oil pan dirty because it's a 5 Series oil pan and I don't ever plan on owning a 5 Series, so I don't really care. Uh-oh. Wasn't supposed to do that. All right, I'm making a bit of a mess here, I'm not gonna lie, but we're just gonna make it worse. I thought I'd drain the oil out of this and I didn't, so we're just gonna crack the back of the oil pan and see what all seeps out. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I failed to think about? We need that oil pan to put on this so I can put this down and use this to pick that up. This oil pan was the one that I was gonna use, but it's really scarred up on the inside. So I'm gonna take this one off and put it on this engine so that we can set it down while I use this hoist to pick that engine up and put that oil pan on it. Let's get some bolts out. Yeah, Tyler's crazy. Literally just mock this thing up so I can get it on here, just so that I can set this bad boy down. Okay. That's cross-threaded like a motherfucker, and I don't even care. I'm aiming for that tire. Let's see if we can make it.
A few moments later.
No, we finally got it up. It's finally time to work. All right, guys. I really hope I only have like two of them in here. And I only have like 2 of them in there, thank God. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. So today has turned into not exactly what we wanted it to be,
oil on his
okay?
nose tells everything.
We did get that oil pan off and onto that engine. And then we put that oil pan back onto this one. Only other thing that needs to happen, this valve cover is just gonna go onto that because I don't feel like changing the gaskets. I mean, I know it's probably really easy, but it's already on this valve cover. So we're just gonna take this one and put it on that one, take that valve cover, put it over here. You know, just easy swap. And then those headers and all the electronic stuff needs to go back on there, and transmission, and it's going in the car. So all of that, we'll try to get that done tomorrow. That oil pan just took me obnoxiously way too long for no freaking reason. She's tired, I'm tired, and I gotta poop. So we're gonna get up out of here. All right, this is day 2 of what was supposed to be the 3-day project, but yesterday I took the day off of being out here because I was tired, I wasn't feeling it. But it's day 2, we're out here, we're about to see what all we can get done. It's probably not gonna be the full challenge like we wanted it to be, but still gonna go strong and see what we can get done because we might impress ourselves today. But this is the object that we are trying to get into here by the end of today. And we're gonna go to test and tune regardless. We're probably just gonna watch. Okay, so the plan for today is to get this valve cover off. Put the valve cover from that one on here. That one's never been started or anything, but I put a new valve cover on it because I thought I was gonna put that in the car, but it's not going in the car. So put that valve cover on this, and then we gotta put this transmission back onto this after we put the clutch and flywheel back on. And then we need to put the header back on, and we can do the electronics once it gets into the car. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty sure that's all that needs to happen. And then this thing can go back in the car. So without further ado, we are gonna get to work. I know I just said like 5 times, let me get to work, let me get to work. I'm getting to work, all right? I'm getting to work. All right, so we got the engine and transmission married together. We got to put that oil drain pan thingy back on there, and then I don't know where that hose goes, but it needs to be reconnected to whatever it goes to, because I can't be having no vacuum leaks out here. I've got about 2 hours, give or take, until I need to leave here. So let's see what we can do in this 2 hours. We might be able to get the engine in the car and get the car buttoned up a little bit and actually get it on the road for a second. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But let's get back to work. Got the dipstick back on there. I realized that hose that I was looking at goes to the dipstick. So yeah, that's all good to go. But on this side, we need to get headers on, and then after we put the headers on, we can put the car in the engine bay. It is cleaned up a little bit. That's not clean, but everything else is cleaned up, ready to go. We just gotta drop her on in there. I'm getting excited. This is why I need my camera woman. I've been terrible at like keeping track of this. I didn't even set up the camera. But headers on, engine ready to go in. So I need to move this chair and move all of my other dirty works, and we can start to put this thing in here and then hopefully start it up by the end of this video. All right, we got the engine back in the car. All we gotta do is button everything up, and then we can give her a start, and then we can drive it. So, this has been day 2/3 because it's the last day. It's really day 2 because I skipped day 2. So, day 2, we got it all together. Not all together, but we got the engine back in the car with all the seals done that need to be done. And hopefully this thing will run good for us this season, and we will have some fun at the track. I'm gonna go to test and tune and watch other people drive their cars because they got them finished. And yeah, get some ideas of stuff to do before the first drift event, which is in a couple weeks. So gotta keep plugging away and get there. All right, y'all. So I'm back at the garage after test and tune. We had a good time. We watched the cars. All right, so like, I don't know when that cut out, but it cut out at some point. But got the engine in. We went to test and tune. We watched some cars go around the track. We decided to come back. My camera woman is back, and we are going to finish getting this together and hopefully get this started before we leave today. Now, before that camera cut off, or maybe after the camera cut off, I don't know, but I was putting these engine mount bolts back on. Why does it look smoky in here? Oh, probably because I just started that fire, sorry. Yeah, so I'm putting the engine mount bolts back on. We're going to slightly tighten them down because I still gotta put the transmission bolts back in. And then we're gonna plug everything in and we're gonna start this bad boy up. All right, so engine mount bolts are back in. This stuff will be managed in a second. We're gonna leave that like that for right now. So we're gonna go under the car and put these transmission mount bolts back in and probably reconjoin the what's that thing called? The exhaust. And then it'll be ready to start. Well, you know, drive shaft has to go on and all that jazz, but yeah. I forgot that when I took this engine out, I may have accidentally pulled a piece of fuel line apart. So I'm fixing that right now. And then I'm gonna bolt up this transmission and drive shaft. And then we're gonna go up to the engine bay, get everything put together, and we're gonna start this bad boy up. I hope you guys are ready because I'm freaking ready. All right, so we finished everything under the car. Everything's all hooked up under there. So now all we gotta do is put the electronics back together, MAF, and put some oil in this bad boy, and we should be able to start it up just for the first start. And then we can put everything back together and hopefully drive it. But yeah, that's our update. All right, y'all, we got most everything buttoned up in the engine bay. We got oil in it. There's no coolant. We're not gonna run it long enough for it to actually like heat up. We're just gonna try to get it started. I might have to put the jump pack on there, but we'll see if the battery still got some charge left and see what happens. Well, the interior lights are turning on, so that's a good sign of battery having charge. I always get scared every time I go for a first start because I don't know if I like forgot something. All right, fuel pump's going. Is it leaking anything down there? Check. All right, no fuel's leaking. Fuel pump's going. Let's see if we can get this thing started up. Oh wait, let me make sure this is in neutral. It's in neutral, okay. You ready? Oh, that's good. We need some battery. All right, let's see what happens now. Guys, I'm always so scared for this. I'm so nervous right now. So nervous. We're probably gonna be okay. I'm hoping we're gonna be okay, but I'm nervous. Nothing. That ain't good. You're right, that ain't good. I don't know what I forgot to hook up. Let's go to the engine bay. The starter's hooked up. The power to the starter's hooked up. All that shit's hooked up. All that shit is, oh, that'll do it. I am stupid. All right, now let's see what happens. Let's see if that makes any difference. I'm scared, y'all. Nothing, no difference. All right, let's see what the fuck's going on. I know that starter wire ain't fucked up, is it? I don't know what's happening. I don't like it. Oh, let's see if this was the issue. Not all of my grounds were tight. I don't know if that's gonna fix it, but we're gonna see. Fixed her right up. We got us an engine. Make sure you always put your ground strap on the engine in. That's why she wouldn't start, because the ground strap for the engine wasn't on there. I did it. Engine's in. It started. So, last thing we need to do before this thing gets on the road is basically just put the whole front end back together and get the rear brakes and stuff together, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, it's probably gonna do it for this video right now. We're probably gonna go home and rest, because there's always tomorrow. And we'd rather drive during the day than at night anyways, because it'll make for good footage. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the morning. Deuces.